Well, good morning, good morning, good morning.
Good morning.
This is a good day to talk about a stove.
It is a good day to talk about a stove.
Just came out the bank, it was 11 degrees.
Yeah.
Last night it was like, I think 3 degrees or something. So it's Woodland Park right now is pretty cold. So we want you to know we love this fireplace.
Yeah, we do.
Tell me about it.
Well, it's just cozy.
It is cozy, isn't it?
Yeah.
And we keep it going all the time. We have found a couple things that we really like. Show us one of those blocks, baby.
Yeah, this is half of the block because
We
we have
cut
to
'em
cut
in
them in
half.
half for our little deal. But it's a block made of hardwood
Sawdust.
compressed. And it burns quite a long time.
It
It doesn't make as beautiful of a flame,
right,
as
but-
maybe the wood does, but like we put them on in the evenings right before we go to bed.
And they last a long time.
They last a long time.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's great.
That's
We love
awesome.
it.
Okay, so here you go. This is the installation, actually,
Okay.
of our
Cubic Mini Grizzly.
Cubic Mini Grizzly stove.
Yeah.
And it's really working good. I still haven't put the brick stuff around it, but it's really working good. I'm going to show it to you right here. So we just now got home just a few minutes ago. And, whoa! The fire's not blazing very much yet, but it still looks pretty good, doesn't it? Yeah, that's awesome. Okay, here you go. Well, hey guys, today I'm going to show you the installation of our stove. A wood stove in our house. That is so exciting. So it comes from Cubic Mini, which is actually a Canadian company. They've been very good to work with. So I just want to show you so far what I have in. The stove itself did not arrive today. I don't know exactly what the reason, but it's getting close to Christmas and you know, the mail people are busy. So let's take a look here. Today what I got in is I got in all of my stainless steel, the mounting plates, the mounting plates behind that go back behind the stovepipe itself. And I've already installed, and these are very easy to do, the two little side pieces here. Just has 2 screws on it, and that kind of helps protect your wall around that. It's really quality so far. Everything I've done, I feel like it's very high quality. It all comes wrapped in this white. This is my stovepipe, and you can see that it's double walled stainless steel. You can see the 2 different pipes here, and it's all wrapped in this white stuff that you peel off, which protects it, keeps it from getting scratched or anything like that. I believe that 2's all I'm going to need. You can see how they're 24 inches a piece. I think 22 after they're connected together. There are a few things you'll have to, you know, purchase from the hardware store. One is all the screws, the long screws to attach it to the wall have the square head. Now back in my tool bus I have plenty of those. So that's one thing you will need is a square bit. Now if you notice there is a little flange on the back of this. Looks like it's about 3/4 of an inch, and here's, or maybe 1 inch, and here are little spacers that go back behind this. Okay, so back behind this you put a little spacer, and then your screw goes through. And then all of the backing for your flue pipe also has this little flange. You can see that holds it away from the wall. And then you put spacers behind that also. So the screw will go through the stainless. Then it will go through this little spacer here. And then it will go into the wall. So that's what goes back behind, and that's what holds it in place.
Win.
Okay, I tried to put these square screws in with the star bit. Just didn't work. So I went down and I bought some number 2 square bits like that right there. And this should work. Haven't tried it yet, but I bet it will. Okay. So, that has the first one put in. Remember, it has the spacer behind it. So I'm going to put the second one in. And easy to do. You just slip this right back. Whoops. Don't want to bend my stainless, so I'm going to loosen this one up a little bit. There we go. So the second one. There we go. Okay, so we're through there. Now, before we establish exactly where this is going to be screwed in, whoops, we're going to measure 2 3/8. 2 3/8. That looks just exactly or almost right. Okay, we're going to attempt. There we go.
What about the ones on the bottom?
Okay, the ones on the bottom, I will reach up under there. I might have to loosen these again.
I wondered about that. Okay.
But I will reach up underneath there, and they're just be going. This is going into 1-inch backing. I have 1-inch backing through there. But the bottom will just be going through 1/4 inch. So there really is not much to attach.
Not going through any water lines or anything back there.
No water lines or anything back there.
Okay, good.
But what I will be doing is I'm going to put this up in there.
The spacer?
Yeah.
Okay.
Have to give us a little more up here. Okay. Okay, that gives me enough to reach up in there. And there we go. Whoops. It fell off.
Do you need me to hold it for you?
I gotta have my pair of glasses. I can't see what I'm doing over there without a pair of glasses.
Okay.
Okay. Let's take a look here again. Okay, now we're going to do that again. Okay. Okay. So I have one right there. It's in place. And now I've got to try to hold that one.
Well, you put the other one
Put
in.
this one in at the same time.
You can do it.
I can.
I believe in you. Oh.
Well,
You might need another hand.
yeah.
Okay, I'll help you. I'll turn this off for now and I'll help you do that.
Okay.
And we'll turn it back on. So see, sometimes I'm needed. An extra pair of hands helped
You
a little bit.
Always needed, girl. That's still straight. Okay, so
Yay!
this is only 1/4 inch plywood here. Right here it starts 3/4. If I had it to do over again, I would have put 3/4 plywood in the whole bus. But I do have runners. So luckily on my telephone, I have a photo that maybe you can see on there. I'm going to show it to you here.
Okay.
So when I built the bus, you can, whoops, let's try that again. You can see the runners. Can you see it right there?
Yeah.
Okay. There's runners in my bus. Well, I measured from the floor and I marked the distance to the center. So if you see, it says right here 46 7/8 to center, and then here it says 61 5/8 to center. So that lets me go, so this right here is in the center of this board at 46 7/8, but I don't think I want it any higher than that. If I do, I have to move this part all the way up to here. So we're just going to leave it right where it is. I think it's going to be in good shape. But that's how I was able to find, since I only have 1/4 inch on this portion, I have a good solid backer right there to screw into. Okay. Never like to admit you made a mistake, but it appears that I did. This is what the stove itself actually hangs on. This is to block the heat, but the stove itself actually hangs on this little bracket. So I'm going to have to take these screws out one at a time, and hold pressure so I don't lose my little pipe from the back, and then put it back in. So we can do that right now.
I can help you. I'm going to turn.
So that was very easy with my wife's help.
It wasn't hard when you have 4 hands, but two hands would make it harder.
Okay, so we're in good shape on that now. Everything's nice and tight. Everything fits good. This will be held up by the little screws that go in the legs on the bottom. The stove will actually hang. The weight of the stove will hang on this. And then the stove will hold this up, actually. Then when the stove comes in, hopefully tomorrow, we'll be ready for it, because I've got this piece in, and then I will be cutting this piece, which I won't be doing right this minute, but I'll be cutting this piece. To mark it, I will put it up here and mark it. Then I'll cut these and bend it so that it goes up here, and then it goes out, and then it goes on up. So that's what it'll look like. Ain't it great?
And show those.
Oh yes, and here's our very cute little tools that came with this. It's got a little hanger.
We had to order them separately,
yes,
but we like them.
They are ordered separately. But we thought, Debbie especially thought, these were just the cutest things.
Here.
And then, oops, I think I did it wrong.
Yeah.
I think this goes down here.
Yeah.
Maybe. And then this hangs like this. Does that look right?
That looks right.
Okay.
Does it fit in there? Right in there in the middle.
There
Aren't those so cute? Tiny, tiny, little mini. And those are going to hang right up there,
and
probably.
We're going to hang these. Yes, we're going to hang these probably right up here. Or probably right here at the bottom. Won't that be cute?
Yep.
Awesome.
I'm anxious to get it in. It's going to be fun.
I bet the stove will be here tomorrow.
Yep. Yep. And the other thing we got today, hold on. Let's see it. Here.
Okay, talk to me.
Okay. So the next thing we got was this chair, this awesome Flex Steel captain's chair that we got from Chris from his old motorhome. It had the upholstery starting to wear out on it, so we bought this seat glove, I think is what it's called, a gray one. And we really like the feel of it. We really like it, so I think it's going to be really nice, and it wasn't all that horribly expensive, so it's nice to have that. We're just doing a lot of little things while we're parked here in Colorado. We did get us a car. We've done all kinds of things.
Yes.
So, yeah, more about that later.
Well, here's a picture. We're ready to cut the hole, but I really can't cut the hole until I set the stove, which did not come in today. So as soon as the stove comes in, I will go ahead and attach it to this bottom. It hangs on the back piece, and then it attaches to the bottom. Then I'll be able to find the center of my stove pipe, and I'll be able to come right up here and run it right through. It'll be right about there. Run it through. then that's when I can go ahead and cut through the roof. Yay!
Go.
So look what came in.
We are so excited.
It's our cubic mini. It is actually a grizzly.
Grizzly, yeah.
You can see the X in the grizzly, not the cub.
Yeah.
So
It's the larger of the two.
it's the larger of the two, but it is heavy. Weighs 50 pounds. Okay, so we got some nice little warnings here. Things like don't lay your hand on a hot stove.
Yeah.
And let's look. Oh, it's packed nicely.
Did a good job protecting it.
Yes.
Yay, I'm so excited. We both love wood fires, so this is really a treat for us.
Isn't this cute? Okay, I'll have to pull all the plastic off of it and then we'll show us setting it in, okay?
Yep, and it's going to go right here
Yes, it is.
beside this window, and has this nice shield right here, the shield to protect the heat going up, and this, it actually hangs on that, and then screws into this down here on the bottom. So there's all our stovepipe and everything, so he's gonna...
So far, it's been really easy.
Yeah, easy installation and so cute.
So I'm probably going to, before I permanently set it in, I will be firing it up outside.
Outside to let it...
So we don't have a paint smell.
we've heard that you should do that to make sure that you get rid of all the paint smell.
Woo!
That's a lot of...
Its belly was really full.
It was really full.
It just keeps coming.
Good job packing.
Okay, and then here, oh yeah, it has fire brick on the inside. And then here's little brass legs.
Yeah,
Very cute.
those are so cute.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to get those put on. Then we'll take it outside and build a little fire in it.
Yay!
How cute is that?
Let's see how that works.
It's well built, isn't it?
Yeah, isn't that fun?
no.
Oh, don't do that.
Shouldn't turn it upside down.
Don't turn it upside down.
The fire bricks fall out of it.
Don't break the fire bricks. That's not good
No.
either.
That's a rule.
Mm-hmm.
Where did that one come from? Two come from. Oh, they're from the floor.
Well, you could take them out while you're
Yeah, I'm going to
turning it upside down.
While I put the legs on. That's what I'll do.
Nice. Oh, I like it. So cozy.
Oh, it is. I think it's really well built. How cool is that? Okay, this is an easy greasy thing. Just take off the little nuts and probably have to have a little pair of pliers. I think I got a little pair over there to put the
There's a wrench. Like, will that work? Or
that's actually channel locks.
channel locks? Will they work or not?
There's a small pair that might be in there that would work just
There's
perfect.
not. There's this.
Okay, channel locks will work.
Okay. And a hammer, and that's all the...
All the other tools are still downstairs.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so these screw to the bottom of the stove, and then
Whoops,
the bottoms of these screw to the shelf.
Screw onto here, yeah.
Yes.
Do you have screws to put those on with?
Uh-huh, somewhere.
Okay.
Yep, I do. This won't take long at all. Just a piece of cake. How fun is this? Whoops. That one has a little bit of a... I think it has a little... Yep. Okay, I'll need maybe the ice pick or a little sharp knife. It has a little
There's this.
burr inside. Okay.
Or
that knife would probably work just perfect.
old-fashioned ice pick, which comes in handy for so many projects.
Yeah, in the old movies, it came in handy for killing.
Oh yeah, that's true. Well,
Right?
yeah.
Ice
What a way to
pick
go.
Charlie.
Ooh, nice. Yeah.
Oh, goodness. It still just seems like it's a little bit small. That one right there is. That hole. There it goes. Now it's going down. And since we get thread on there, yeah. There it goes. Has a little brass burr in the middle of it, so it went on there just fine with a little persuasion.
Persuasion.
Okay, so that's nice. Okay, let's put a washer and a nut on each one. Washer and a nut. Okay, washer, washer, washer. Oh, you know what? That's kind of interesting.
What is it?
I believe that this stud is a different size. So we'll find out, won't we?
Well, you
I wonder
have.
if I have any
It had a
nuts that
deal
are
on
bigger.
it, so.
Maybe I have a nut that's a little larger. It's interesting. It had a what kind of a deal on it?
Each one of those had a nut on it, so it has to have one that fits
Yeah, it has to have one that fits it. But that stud is a little bit larger.
Looks a little bit bigger around, huh?
But I'm excited that the nuts came on there that way.
We know that had one that
One
fit.
of them fits.
Mm-hmm.
And it will be this one that I guessed at, because it looked a little bigger. Okay. But that would be why the hole
Was a little bit
maybe one
small.
of these others may have been, the hole may have been a little bigger.
Mm-hmm.
They probably planned it that way, you know. But anyway, they're all on there now.
You need a. Get me to
I
go.
need the pliers.
Channel locks, yeah. Is what you're going to use this time.
Yeah.
You may look. Hold on, I'm going to turn this off for a minute.
Well, here's the little Cubic Mini outside. We're firing it up before we install it so that it can, we don't have to deal with the paint smell or anything if it burns paint off. We just heard that it does. So I just put one of the stacks on there. So far everything's fit together just perfectly. I put one of the stacks on there so it has some draw, and it's starting to heat up. Ain't it great? Okay, so we're continuing on putting in the stove. You see I have it mounted nicely to the wall. Isn't that fun? But then when we started looking at the curve, because we do have a substantial curve, the thickness of the wall, and all other variables, we had to move it out for the stove to fit. So you can see I have cut the hole up here, but I cut it with a hole saw, so it's round. It's a 6-inch hole. But to make it work properly, I'm going to have to go ahead and take a little bit off that back side to make sure that I have my 1.5 inch clearance all the way around, which is what specs call for. Well, I'm up on top, and as you can see, I've got the boot, silicone boot, and it's about halfway screwed down. It's got plenty of high temperature silicone under it, the same kind you would use to put the heads on a car. And now what I have is I have not enough room to get between this piece here and this to get down there. So I've taken out a few screws here on the solar panels and here, and I'm going to cut a board to give me some leverage to push out on this so I can get my drill in there and get the screws properly put on the bottom. Okay, so here's my fix. I just cut a short board, put a little piece in there to keep it from bending anything too badly, and just took the hammer, tapped it in, and it gave me enough room to get all my screws in there. No problem. Plenty of caulking. Everything's looking really good. Okay, very interesting. I had to build out just a little bit. I'm going to put some fake brick on that, but I had to build out just a little bit to get my stove to work. I don't think you would have to, but I happen to have a cowling or some trim around my solar panels up there. So as a result, my pipe was going to come out right in the middle of that. I didn't want to take it off or remove it or cut it or anything, so I just moved the whole thing in just a little bit, about 3 inches, and there you have it. Now it's all set up. I've already fired it yesterday. A couple little things to do on it, but not much. I can go ahead and fire it tonight. Well, they're moving a house in, which you can see. There's a lot right up there, just on the edge of the hill there. And this little tiny house, which is a little larger than most of them. They're trying to get around this corner. Good luck. That fire is beautiful in our little stove. It's been burning about 2 hours, maybe 3 hours since we came home. Just making a nice, beautiful little fire there. And if you notice, we also bought us a little fan. It's turning real fast, but in the video it looks like it's going slow. You know how that works. It's spinning real fast. That little fan generates electricity because of the heat from the stove. So the hotter the stove gets, the faster it goes, and it works really, really well. This is our cubic Mini Grizzly. And when the dampers opened all the way, it will burn about 3.5 hours probably. You have to reload it, but that's when it's completely opened, so that it's burning fast. But we're very pleased with this. Well, we've been burning. This is the Christmas season, and we have been, actually it's just a few days after Christmas, 2018. And we have been burning this little stove now for a couple of weeks, and we absolutely love it. I just started a fire in here. One thing we found is it's much easier for us to start a fire if we use the little fire starters. Now we're not recommending anything. Just try until you find something you like, but it really, really saves a lot of time just to use the little fire starters. We love this thing. We can crank it up and it will radiate heat all the way to the front of the bus, and it just burns, and it does get the glass gets black, but if you build a good fire in there, it'll usually burn all the black off. And it's just been a real joy for us. We love a wood fire anyway. Still haven't completed the little brickwork because we've been spending a lot of time with our kids. It won't take but a couple hours to do that portion. We've really enjoyed the fire. So I highly recommend the Grizzly. It's the one we have. I don't know about the other one, but we have the Grizzly from Cubic Mini. It's actually out of Canada. We also went down and bought us a little fan that runs on heat. It really moves the air around. It helps that air just travel over to where we sit and to the back of the bus too. So we've really enjoyed this little fireplace. Highly recommend it. Hope you enjoyed this video, and we'll see you soon.